This is the talent management plan for the St. Mary's University Athletic Department. The St. Mary's University Athletic Department is characterized by a competitive nature. College coaches are driven by their desire to be successful. In many ways, success is measured in terms of wins and losses. However, that is not the only way to measure success. The Division III model that St. Mary's University employs puts an emphasis on the development of the student athlete. Because of the high emphasis put on preparing student athletes for their lives after college, many coaches are stuck in an identity crisis. College coaches want to help foster and develop their athletes to be successful after college, but a coach's job security is dependent upon their competitive success. In order for a college coach to be successful within the D3 model, there must be a balance between the development of the student athlete and their competitive success on the court or on the field. St. Mary's University employs a high number of alumni within its athletic department. Alums generally have a special bond with the university, and they want to see the university become successful on all levels. It also gives the university an opportunity to hire an alumni that has a special bond and also pay them less money than if they would hire another person from an outside organization. Alums generally give more of their time and energy to help build their programs for the well-being of the university. It also helps St. Mary's build a culture of Cardinals helping Cardinals, a phrase coined by the university built upon a network of alumni to help future graduates find success in their lives after college. In the past, St. Mary's has not turned over head coaching jobs very often. This can have both positive and negative effects within the department. In the positive, little turnover can be good for establishing departmental norms and a strong culture base. However, negatively, little turnover can create a tunnel vision and create skewed viewpoints among the coaches within the athletic department. However, within the past 5 years, St. Mary has replaced 5 head coaches within the department, and all 5 coaches have been non alumni of St. Mary's University. In order to determine a talent management process for the department, the athletic department needs to first define what its talent needs are. Coaches can no longer fixate on the individual successes of each program. The athletic department needs to be one entity with one goal in mind, and that goal is the development of the student athletes. By expanding the idea of Cardinals helping Cardinals, the athletic department can adopt the culture of coaches helping coaches. This team concept may or may not help develop a greater environment of collaborative success throughout the university. While there is not a current defined talent management process, there are several practices that the athletic department exhibits throughout the course of the year. The first would be the annual head coach performance review. At the end of each season, the athletic director meets with each coaching staff's teams to assess the success of the past season. The information shared within that meeting is then passed on to the head coach, and it is the head coach's responsibility to relay any relevant information onto other members of the coaching staff. Second, every employee that was employed with the university in the past academic year receives a 2.5% raise on their current salary. This 2.5% raise is not dependent on performance or number of years of service. The athletic department also exhibits postseason incentives to give coaches an extra raise for when their team makes postseason play in the MIAC Conference Tournament or in the national tournament. In order to build successful programs, it is important for the athletic department to exhibit several methods in recruiting that talent. The first is the development of head coaches by developing the careers of younger assistant coaches into roles that could better suit them later on in their career. By developing the careers of assistant coaches into future head coaches, you're allowing the assistant coach to develop ties and emotional bonds to the current university or institution. Second, successful organizations attract a certain level of head coach through outside organizations. By developing a successful organization, the athletic department can start to attract more talented coaches into their programs. The university also uses retention as a way to attract talented coaches. One issue with that is that most Division III coaches are only on a one-year contract. It is difficult to move a family across the country for a one-year contract. Second, Division III coaches do not make much money. The salary is generally not enough to raise a family or support children in a growing family. In order to develop a more successful talent management strategy, the athletic department needs to inherit a hybrid model of the 9 proposition framework and 4-level model. The 9 proposition framework focuses on the perceptions of the employees. There is also high emphasis put on the perception of distributive justice within the department. Both of these instances help build a culture for a successful athletic department. The 4-level model also focuses on different parts of the university, but includes establishing an executive level defined culture, having a business plan, management control system, and well-designed work processes, needing human resource policy and practices, and shaping the workplace by supervisory conduct and workgroup dynamics. The culture of the organization is shaped within the executives of the athletic department. Also, one of the big changes that need to happen within the department is changing the annual performance review into a biannual performance review. This will give the athletic department and coaching staffs opportunities to examine other aspects of their job titles beyond just coaching their sport. This will help lead to more developed head coaches and fostering the development of assistant coaches into future head coaches. The talent management plan for the St. Mary's University Athletic Department is an integral part of the success of the university. College coaches are driven to be successful, and that success is defined by the amount of wins that a particular has in his or her season. However, a successful talent management program can go beyond wins and losses on the competitive playing field. We have to look at the Division III model and define success in terms of developing successful student athletes. Balancing success of an individual athletic team and the success of the university, as well as fostering the development of our student athletes, is the key for developing a proper talent management process within the St. Mary's University Athletic Department.